Hey everybody, it is me again. I took a little bit of a hiatus and I do apologize for that, but now I'm back. Been watching a lot of Authortube videos and they have kind of inspired me to give this a go again. While I was watching a lot of videos, I came across the Authortube Newbie Tag. Honestly, I've seen it here and there sporadically. I just never really studied on it or researched to see what it was all about, and I have now. And I know I'm a little bit late to the game, but here goes. I'm going to answer the Authortube Newbie Tag questions so that y'all can get to know me a little bit better and you know what to expect from my channel. How did you find out about Authortube? Honestly, I think it was a year or so ago. I've kind of started watching a little bit of booktubers and authortubers just here and there, mainly just to get a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of guidance in my own writing. I've written more now because of it. So kind of been an authortube stalker, living in the shadows a little bit. So yeah. What genres do I write in? Right now, I am writing a fantasy adventure. I do dabble in paranormal and romance and a little bit of sci-fi. I've done a couple of short stories and an epic. I've been writing on the epic for a while. Fantasy and sci-fi and paranormal are my main ones. Romance I usually use as a subplot in those stories. What is your preferred point of view and tense? I have written a lot in third person past tense. I enjoy that. I'm more familiar with that. But this book that I'm working on now is actually in first person past tense. Okay, next question, number 4. Are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? I used to be a pantser. I had no plan. I had maybe a beginning, a lot of middle, and no real ending in sight. I think that's the reason why the epic turned into an epic and I haven't done anything with it. I haven't even finished it because I didn't really outline it and I didn't really know where I wanted to go with it. Now I'm more of a plantser. A plotter and pantser kind of mixed in together. I like being in the happy middle of things, so I have room to kind of grow and shift and just be me. I am a planter now. I have a loose outline that has a few like bullet points of things that I want to happen in each chapter or each scene, and I go from there. Are you self-published, published, or about to be published? None of the above yet. Hope to be real soon. I would like to go traditional publish, but I might end up self-publishing at least these first books. What is your dream publishing house? Probably the first thing that comes to mind is Tor. Tor is probably the dream. Tor, Penguin Random House is awesome. Honestly, just anybody. If I find someone that's interested in it, then awesome. What Authortube type of videos can we expect from your channels? Or channel. I only have one channel. I hope to do a lot of write-ins. I find that I stay more focused during write-ins, and I love watching write-ins and writing along. So I hope to do at least a weekly or bi-weekly write-in, and I plan on doing world building videos. I really like world building. It really interests me. Probably just some writer tips, maybe some of my scheduling problems and just finding time. My issues with trying to come up with character and place names, because while I love world building, I just, for the life of me, cannot come up with good names. Every now and then, I have a moment of, and one good one comes to me, and that's it for a while. So you'll probably get some of that. When did I start writing? 4th grade. I remember writing a short story, and I think it was for a competition. I can't really remember, but I remember winning like a certificate to Pizza Hut or free pizza or something. And I remember also filling out the, what was it? It was AR, the reading program that we had back in school. I'm kind of telling my age here, but I remember filling out one of those cards too, and I had 2 free personal size pizzas in the same week, kind of thing, from Pizza Hut. So I believe that is what started my writing, because after that short story, I started the epic, and I started a little weird book that would turn into a romance. What was the very first story you ever wrote? Kind of went over that already. I believe that was the first story that I wrote, was that short story, the first story that I finished. There might have been a story or 2 before that, but I don't really remember. I haven't found anything before that. So yeah. What authors have inspired your writing the most? Oh, gosh. Who hasn't? See, the thing about that question is that whatever book I read inspires me in some way. So, picking books that inspire the most, I would have to say Tolkien, definitely, because it's Tolkien. Probably Jane Austen is the next one, because I like how she had the banter, the dialogue between her characters in all of her books, and it's inspired me to do some of the same. Alexander Dumas, yeah, the 3 Musketeers, which is right actually behind me. I think that's about it. Yeah, so Tolkien, Austen, Dumas. Do you schedule your writing sessions, or do you just write when you find the time? Mostly I write when I find the time. I do have a semblance of a schedule. I'll have a video of this later on, but I do some things early in the morning, and I may write if those things don't drain me completely. But at lunchtime I write. But I do most of my writing at night after my husband goes to sleep, and way into some of the wee hours in the morning. I find myself staying up till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's when I get most of my writing done, is between 11 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, or write by hand? Here lately, I've been writing by hand. I have a notebook from Office Max that I have filled. I started it in February, and I think I have about 60 pages left to go to fill it. But I do write on the computer every now and then. It just really depends on where I'm at, and if my hand is cooperating with me, if I have a little bit of arthritis in my right hand. So if it's hurting real bad, then I'll go to the keyboard, but I mostly longhand. It helps me focus. Where do you write the most? Right now in my living room. I have a nice cushy rocking chair. I sound like an old woman, but I love rocking chairs. It's not necessarily a lazy boy, but it's huge, and I can curl up in it, and I have a lap desk, and I set my notebook on it, and I write. So that's where I do most of my writing. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of Authortube? I honestly don't really consider myself part of Authortube, just because I'm not an author yet. I'm a writer. I'm going to go ahead and say that I am going to be an author, and I am definitely a writer right now. And now that I have done this video and I have tried, I'm going to make more videos. What I look forward to being a part of this community is the actual community. I want to be able to communicate with everybody, make new friends, hopefully inspire people, and still be inspired. That's what I look forward into the community. I've come a little bit out of my shell here recently. I've made a couple of comments on some videos, I think. Trying not to be a lurker and trying to make myself known. So we'll see. We'll see. The beauty of being an introvert, right? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope this interested you, and I will see you in the next video.